also have partnerships at the consultancy level. For example, we work with Average, which is owned by Entity Data, and in this particular case, Average helps us to implement an innovation ecosystem inside the Portuguese Mint. So we are speaking about a company with 650 employees, where we were able to put the 650 people contributing with ideas to solve a particular challenge within the organization, which was how to increase value while cutting costs. So we are speaking about a paradox. In terms of coaching, we are now working with a major multinational, a Japanese multinational, that is now based in Portugal and Spain, and we are helping them to create a VCW ecosystem for Iberia. So the CO is exactly the same for the two countries, and now together with VCW, we're going to provide coaching to different levels of the organization, and we're going to help them to come up with a governance model. In terms of teaching, the VCW is being taught at different schools across the globe, schools such as MIT, Babson College, is in the US, is being taught in different European schools such as Nord Academy, CREMS, Vienna University, Cyprus International Institute of Management, Aix and Provence, Nova School of Business and Economics, Gdansk Business School, among others. In Asia, the VCW has also been offered in different Asian schools such as CUBES, Korea University Business School. Now we are developing new partnerships across the globe. Now just in this conference in China, we had the opportunity to establish new links for Dubai, for Spain, and for France. So the VCW has been doing partnerships in terms of research. For example, just very recently we initiated a partnership with the creator of the lag user method, Professor Sarah Jeanne-Mir. And what we are going to do is the VCW has its own methodology, its own tools, and together with the Professor Sarah Jeanne-Mir, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the tools that Professor Sarah Jeanne-Mir developed for the lag user method and incorporate them into the VCW. So this way 1 + 1 will be equal to 15. If I look to this particular project, the lag user method is nowadays a well-established methodology that received media coverage, namely from the Wall Street Journal, and it builds on the following premises, which is if you are a laggard, if you are a late adopter, if you are a skeptical, at the end of the day, if you are the devil's advocate, you can build a lot of added value for idea generation, as well for the determination of the filters of the criteria that might tell us which ones might be the good or, let's say, less good ideas in the future. So by doing a partnership together with lag user method, we make the VCW much stronger. So this is the way we have been growing across the globe, is typically through partnerships across 4 areas, which is teaching, research, consulting, and coaching. So if you think about the VCW, at the end of the day, the VCW presents a global mindset, and we bring the partners in these areas. It might be in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 areas. We bring the partners for together with us to develop a local product that might succeed worldwide. Managers typically, when taking a decision, they face the paradox of choice, which means or they have too many options. For example, if they are trying to enter a new international market, they have close to 200 countries across the globe and many small cities across the globe or villages. And when facing this huge amount of options, they simply frozen. because they don't know where to start, or they have precisely the opposite, which is they have just one or two options to solve their own problem. VCW, first of all, is a meta framework, so we are not superior or inferior to other tools. We have the capability to incorporate existing tools, existing frameworks, theories, and so on, in order to solve different challenges across society, across organizations, and also at the individual level. Something that is very unique of the VCW is that we separate the solutions from the filters. So in order to solve a particular problem, we generate hundreds of solutions, we generate hundreds of filters, and we don't mix them. Typically what happens with many tools is that they put everything into the same bag. In our case, no. Although we might gather the data sometimes at the same time, typically we are concerned in separating the solutions from the filters. And then we bring both solutions and filters to the key decision makers so they can take an informed decision. So they have much more data in terms of overcoming a particular challenge and in terms of analyzing which ones are the pros and the cons. Another difference with other tools is that many tools, they are user-led or consumer-led. Of course, we also care about the consumers. The consumer is a critical stakeholder, but we consider all the stakeholders that interact with a particular organization. For example, the employees, the shareholders, environmental groups, the government, and so on. Our business model basically is supported by two types of projects. We have projects that are financed, where we sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and we cannot speak about them. And then we have other projects where we sign with organizations mutual agreements. So typically these organizations, they want to have a project developed for free, typically by students. And what they give in exchange is they give access to the data for research purpose, for teaching purpose, for coaching purpose, and so on. Our message is very simple. The VCW is a meta framework, and we think at the macro level. However, to grow, we need partners that think at the micro level, that have local knowledge, that know about the local market, know about the local industries, has experience in the fields, and so on. So we, as the VCW, will never interfere with the approach that our partner wants to follow. For example, if our partner says, for Manila, the right way to enter the market of farming is through coaching to farmers or to trade associations, we're going to say, okay, we are here to support you. So the VCW model is very much global from the VCW perspective, which is we have a global meta framework that can be used worldwide, but then we give the freedom to local partners to customize the framework to the local market. So depending on the specific needs of the local market, on the network they have and so on, we're going to develop together a joint model, a joint business model. I was giving the example of farming, but for example, we did in the past a project with a company in the field of aerospace, exactly, which had to do with the use of satellite data to improve the irrigation systems and so on. And when we developed the business model together with this company, initially we came up with a business model for Brazil, but the moment we moved to the US, to a specific county in the US, this business model has changed completely. However, the VCW is exactly the same. The framework is exactly the same. However, when we change to a specific market, a local market, we tend to adjust. That's why we say the vision of the VCW is a local vision. in the sense that we have a global framework that basically is supported by theory across many different fields, is supported by hundreds of projects developed during the last 2 decades. So this is the global part. And then we have the local dimension, which is the partner that will tell us how to implement in a specific context, in a specific market, in a specific industry, in a specific country, village, whatever. Vision of the VCW is the VCW Hub will always be focused on developing new products, new services for our partners around the world. We'll be focused on generating digital content and on organizing different events across the globe that can help us to support our partners. Then, together with the partners for local markets, for specific customers, we're going to develop unique, customized business models that can be a win-win situation for both of us. So, if you'd like to become a partner of the VCW, please join the VCW Hub, and you might find more information at valuecreationwheel.com, and you might see examples of different projects that we conducted around the world at openvcw.com.